Have you ever felt someone's eyes piercing through your soul? There are moments when you can feel it before you even see it. That strange weight in the air. The way a room changes when someone is sizing you up, dissecting you with a glance. You might be laughing, talking, living your life, but deep down you know they're watching. It's not just a look, it's a searchlight. They're hunting for something: weakness, fault, proof that you're not as strong as you seem. And that feeling, it's unforgettable. It makes you ask yourself, why me? But before you answer, you need to understand what's really going on behind those eyes. Why do people target you? The unseen truth. Let me ask you something. Why do you think certain people fixate on you? Is it because of what you have? Or is it something deeper? Something they can't quite name but can't ignore either. The truth is, people rarely waste energy on what doesn't threaten them. When you carry something, strength, talent, even quiet confidence, it unsettles them. It reminds them of what they're missing. And instead of facing that within themselves, they turn their attention on you. They poke, they prod, they try to knock you off balance. But that's not about you. It's about them. It's not a mistake. It's not random. Here's why: when life keeps throwing the same kind of people in your path, it's not some random roll of the dice. It's a pattern. It happens because you stand out in a way they can't ignore. Maybe it's the way you carry yourself. Maybe it's the way you refuse to shrink, even when it would be easier. People sense when someone's spirit doesn't bend easily, and it bothers them. They'll test it, hoping to find cracks. But here's the hard truth. Those tests are proof you have something worth testing. And that changes how you should see the whole game. What people fear, envy, and want to control about you. People don't target you for the parts of you that blend in. They target you for the parts that stand out. It might be your ability to stay calm under pressure when they're falling apart. It might be your talent, your kindness, your refusal to settle for less. Whatever it is, it challenges their sense of comfort. Fear makes them defensive. Envy makes them restless. And control is their way of dealing with the discomfort you cause. If they can control you, they no longer have to face their own lack. And that right there is why they try. How you can silently outsmart and take back control. The smartest response is not noise. It's quiet strength. You don't match their energy, you redirect it. You keep moving, keep building, and keep sharpening yourself in silence. The less they can predict you, the less they can control you. You learn their patterns without showing yours. You hold your ground without ever announcing you're doing it. By the end, you'll see yourself through a new lens. You may have walked in here thinking you were the hunted. By the time we're done, you'll understand that you're the one with the power. You'll see that their attention is proof you have something they wish they had. And when you see yourself through that lens, you'll stop questioning why they target you and start using it to your advantage. The hidden psychology behind why people target you. Let me tell you something you need to hear. People don't target you randomly. There is a reason deep inside that pushes them to put you in their sights. It's not always about you. It's about their own fears, their own insecurities. When someone feels small or powerless, they look for someone else to tear down. Jealousy is like a shadow that follows success, whispering doubts and planting seeds of resentment. Sometimes it's about control, a desperate need to prove themselves by pushing others down. When you become the target, it's because you threaten their fragile sense of self. Understanding this hidden psychology is the first step to freeing yourself. Recognize that their actions are more about them than you. When you see it clearly, their power over you starts to fade. They target weakness, but respect strength, even when they hate it. Here's the truth. Many don't want to admit people go after what looks weak. Weakness invites attack like a light draws moths in the dark. But strength commands respect, even from those who dislike you. When you stand firm, when you show resilience, you're no longer an easy target. Think about a lion in the wild. Would anyone dare challenge it? No. It's the same with you. Vulnerability feels like an open door, but strength is a locked gate. Yes, some will resent your power, but they will never underestimate it. That's why building your inner strength is not just important, it's necessary. Weakness invites chaos. Strength protects your peace. What is it about you that sets you apart? Ask yourself this right now. What is it about you that makes others notice? That makes you different? Is it your courage to speak up when others stay silent? Is it your refusal to settle for less? Maybe it's your ability to stay calm when storms rage around you. Whatever it is, that unique spark is exactly why some people target you. You're not like the rest. You don't blend in, and that makes you visible. Sometimes painfully so, but visibility is power. It means you matter. It means you're moving forward while others stand still. The question isn't why you're targeted. The question is, will you use what sets you apart as your greatest weapon? You are a lighthouse in a storm. Why some want to snuff out your light? Imagine yourself as a lighthouse, standing tall in the middle of a violent storm. Your light cuts through the darkness, guiding those lost at sea to safety. But not everyone wants that light to shine. Some would rather see the lighthouse fall, the storm win, and the seas drown in chaos. Why? Because your light exposes their shadows, their secrets, their weaknesses. When you shine, you force them to face themselves. That scares them, so they try to put out your light. But remember, lighthouses are built to last. Your light isn't just for you. It's for everyone who needs direction. When they try to snuff you out, stand firmer. Your light is your power. Keep shining. The common triggers: success, confidence, uniqueness, and leadership. Look around and you'll see a pattern. People don't target you for no reason. It's your success that burns their eyes, your confidence that shakes their foundation. It's your uniqueness that makes them uncomfortable, because it highlights how ordinary they feel. And leadership, that's the biggest trigger of all. Leading means you're moving forward, creating change and not waiting for permission. It threatens those stuck in place, those afraid of being left behind. These qualities: success, confidence, uniqueness, leadership, draw attention. And not all of it is kind. But here's what you need to know. These triggers are badges of honor. They show you're living at a higher level. Own them. Wear them with pride. The dangerous consequences of misunderstanding. You're targeting failing. To see why you're targeted can cost you dearly. When you misunderstand the reason, you get pulled into fights that don't serve you. You lose focus, waste energy, and sometimes even question your own worth. It's like trying to fight shadows without knowing where the light comes from. That confusion hands your power to others on a silver plate. Don't fall for it. When you miss the real reason, you become easy prey, trapped in a cycle of reaction instead of control. The danger isn't just in being targeted. It's in letting it control your life. Learn the truth. Face it head on. Only then can you break free. Knowing why you're targeted is your first step to taking control. Here's the final truth. Knowing why you're targeted is your key to freedom. Once you understand the reasons, you stop being a victim and start being the one who decides. This knowledge is power. It lets you rise above the noise, ignore the attacks, and focus on what truly matters. Your growth, your peace, your life. Take control now. Stand tall. You're not here to be broken. You're here to be unstoppable. Meet the enemies: jealous rivals, toxic manipulators, energy vampires, and silent haters. Not all enemies come with loud voices or open attacks. Some wear friendly smiles. Some hide behind polite words. And some even pretend to cheer for you. Jealous rivals will compete with you for the sake of winning, not growth. Toxic manipulators twist words and situations until you doubt yourself. Energy vampires drain your focus and leave you feeling heavy after every interaction. And then there are the silent haters. Those who smile in your face but secretly celebrate your struggles. You need to know who's who, because they all work differently. But their goal is the same, to pull you down without getting their own hands dirty. If you invite the wrong energy, it will drain your fire. Your drive, your spark, your inner fire. These are your most valuable assets. But here's the catch. The wrong people can smother that flame without you realizing it. One careless invitation into your inner circle, and suddenly you're dealing with doubt, drama, and distraction. The contrast is clear. When you're around the right energy, you rise. Around the wrong energy, you shrink. If you don't guard your space, they'll use it to slowly take your strength. Protect it like it's oxygen, because without it, you won't burn as bright. Don't underestimate the quiet ones. They're the deadliest. Some of the most dangerous people aren't the loud, aggressive ones. They're the ones who blend in. They listen more than they speak, but every word you say is stored for later. They watch your patterns, wait for the right moment, and then strike when your guard is down. You might overlook them because they don't demand attention, but that's the danger. They work in silence, and by the time you see what they're doing, the damage is already done. Can you spot them before they strike? Ask yourself this: how many times have you realized someone wasn't what they seemed? Only after it was too late. The key is to train your eyes before the hit comes, to notice the small shifts, the strange comments, the moments that don't add up. Because when you can see it coming, you can move differently. You can protect yourself without ever letting them know you spotted them. 5. The signs to watch for: body language, patterns and behavior. Words can lie, but patterns rarely do. Watch the way they look at you when you speak. Are they really listening, or just waiting to respond? Notice how their mood changes when you share good news. Do they light up or dim down? Pay attention to how often their words and actions match. And when they don't, even the smallest hesitation, the subtle eye roll, or the fake smile, can tell you more than their mouth ever will. People reveal themselves in repetition. Learn their patterns, and you'll read the truth in the spaces between their words. Recognize, react, resist. Your 3-step defense. Recognize the signs before they grow into a storm. React in a way that doesn't feed their fire. Stay calm, controlled, and unpredictable. Resist the urge to explain yourself to those who've already decided their view of you. The more you practice this, the stronger your shield becomes. Like a wolf in sheep's clothing, enemies hide in plain sight. Not every threat comes with claws out. Some wear the softest wool, walk right beside you, and act like they belong. But make no mistake, a wolf is still a wolf. Lashing out is the easiest way to lose control. Let me tell you something. When you react in the heat of the moment, you're not controlling the fight. The fight is controlling you. Anger can feel powerful, but it's a trick. It makes you think you're winning when you're actually handing them the advantage. Every impulsive word, every reckless move, it all becomes fuel for their plan. They want you rattled, they want you sloppy, and the moment you take the bait, you've given them exactly what they were hoping for. Control isn't loud, it's steady. It's knowing you could strike but choosing not to yet. If you fight fire with fire, you both burn. It feels good in the moment to hit back with the same energy they throw at you. But here's the truth. When you match their aggression, you step into their world. And in their world, no one wins. There's only destruction. Fire doesn't care who started it. It just consumes. If you burn with them, you burn with them. The smarter path is to fight on your own terms, in your own way. That's how you keep your fire alive without turning it into smoke. The hidden costs of visible conflict, draining your energy and empowering them, open battles, take more from you than you realize. You're not just spending time and energy, you're giving them your focus, your emotions, your mental space. And while you're caught in the back and forth, they're learning you. They're watching your moves, your reactions, your triggers. Every open conflict is a classroom for your enemy, and you're the teacher. They take notes, store them away, and use them against you later. The more you give away in the open, the easier you make their job. Silence is not weakness. It's refusing to give them free lessons. Do you want to win the war or just the battle? Ask yourself this. Are you here for a quick hit of satisfaction? Or do you actually want to come out on top when it's all over? Winning a battle might feel good today, but if it costs you the war, you've lost everything that mattered. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is let the small things go, so you can take the big thing later. Patience isn't passive, it's planning for something bigger. Silent strength, patience, observation, and strategic action. Silent strength is a skill. It's knowing when to step back, when to watch, and when to move. It's using patience as a weapon, because patience makes you unpredictable. It's observing until you can see their whole pattern, not just the part they show you. And when the time comes to act, it's doing so with precision. So one move does the work of 10. People who rush waste energy. People who wait, choose their moment, and move with intent. They win without breaking a sweat. Be water, soft but unstoppable, adapting and overwhelming. Quietly, water doesn't fight rocks. It shapes them over time. It bends, flows, and adjusts to whatever's in its way. And yet, nothing can stop it from reaching its destination. True power is quiet. Strength waits and strikes at the perfect moment. Power doesn't shout, it listens, learns, and then moves once, and wins. How to outsmart them silently. Core strategies. You don't win every fight by swinging. Sometimes you win by making sure the other side never gets the opening they're hoping for. The art of outsmarting is not about playing games. It's about controlling your space, your energy, and your reactions, so completely that no one can touch what truly matters to you. These 5 strategies aren't tricks, they're habits. They're the kind of moves that once mastered make you untouchable. Strategy 1. Master your emotions. If you don't control this, it will control you. That's not a suggestion, it's a warning. Emotions can be fuel, or they can be fire that burns your own house down. The moment someone learns how to push your buttons, you've handed them the remote control to your life. Mastering your emotions starts with slowing the storm inside you. Deep breathing isn't just for stress, it's for sharpening focus. Inhale slowly, hold, exhale, and repeat until you feel the tension loosen its grip. Journaling works the same way. When you put your thoughts on paper, you take them out of your head, where they spin in circles, and put them in a place where you can see them clearly. Then there's the stoic mindset, one of the most powerful mental shields you can build. It's the belief that you can't control what people do, but you can control how you respond. When you stop letting outside chaos decide your mood, you stop being an easy target. Be the calm in the storm. When they expect you to explode and you don't, you've already won half the battle. Think about Denzel Washington's quiet roles, the kind where he doesn't need to shout to own the scene. That's emotional mastery. It's not about pretending you don't feel, it's about deciding when, where, and how you show it. Strategy 2. Build unshakable confidence. Confidence is armor. Not the fake kind that cracks when tested, but the real kind that grows with every small victory you earn. People sense it before you speak. They see it in the way you walk, the way you take up space without apology, the way you look them in the eye without flinching. Building confidence is like building muscle. It's not about one big workout, It's about showing up every day. Start with daily affirmations, not cheesy slogans, but real statements you believe, or learning to believe about yourself. I can handle anything today throws at me. I have what it takes. Repetition plants seeds in your mind that eventually grow into truth. Stack small wins. You don't need to conquer the world in a day. Set achievable goals and knock them down one by one. Each win builds your self-belief like bricks in a wall. And never underestimate body language. Shoulders back, chin up, steady gaze. Even if you don't feel it yet, your body can trick your mind into catching up. Remember this? People rarely go after those they believe can't be shaken. Build yourself into someone who doesn't break easily, and you'll find most won't even try. Strategy 3. Set boundaries without explanation. No is a complete sentence. Too many people think they owe the world a detailed reason for why they won't do something. They don't, and neither do you. Your boundaries are your fortress walls. Without them, anything and anyone can wander into your life and take what they please. With them, you decide who gets in and who stays out. You don't need to be rude, but you do need to be firm. A soft, hesitant boundary is no boundary at all. State it once clearly. No wavering, no nervous justifications. I'm not available for that. That doesn't work for me. No. Here's the thing. They may push back, because people who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always resist your growth. That's fine. The pushback is proof you're protecting something valuable. Hold the line. The more you defend your space, the less explaining you'll ever need to do, because your actions will make it clear you're not someone who can be walked over. Strategy 4. Keep your success quiet and consistent. Loud success invites loud enemies. The more noise you make about what you're doing, the more people you attract, not all of them with good intentions. Think of the most effective people you know. Chances are they're not broadcasting every win on social media. They're stacking them in private. They let results speak, and the results speak louder than any announcement ever could. Humility keeps you safe. Consistency keeps you ahead. Your moves should be like a chess player's thought out 3 steps ahead, not telegraphed for everyone. When people can't track your progress, they can't prepare to block it. The quiet grind is where your real power lives. Let them guess. Let them wonder. Let them see the finished product when you're ready, not while it's being built. Strategy 5. Observe, learn, adapt. The silent observer holds the greatest power. Watch the way people move. Listen to the way they speak. Study the patterns in how they act under stress. Most people reveal themselves without meaning to. You just have to be paying attention. Observation isn't just looking, it's connecting dots. It's noticing the pause before someone answers a question. It's catching the small shift in tone when your name comes up. It's remembering who asked certain questions and why. From observation comes learning, and from learning comes adaptation. If you know their patterns, you can stay 2 moves ahead. You can choose when to engage, when to pull back, and when to strike. Tactical patience is what separates winners from survivors. Survivors react, winners prepare.
Master your mind. Master your space. Master your silence. Those 3 together form a shield. Most people won't even try to break. Look at how Denzel Washington moves in interviews. Measured, deliberate, unshaken. He doesn't fill the space with noise. He waits. He listens. And when he speaks, it counts. That's not just charisma. It's control. When you start living by these strategies, you stop being easy to read. You stop being predictable. And most importantly, you stop being someone who can be played. People who can't read you can't control you. People who can't control you will either respect you or remove themselves. Either way, you win. Why mental toughness is your greatest weapon in every challenge you face. Whether it's a personal battle, a professional setback, or an attack from people who want to see you fall. Your greatest weapon is not your skill, your resources, or your connections. It's your mind. Physical strength fades, opportunities come and go, but mental toughness stays with you. It's the invisible armor that allows you to keep moving when others stop. It's what makes you get up one more time than you've been knocked down. Without it, every obstacle feels like a wall. With it, every wall becomes a step. And in a world where most people give up too soon, mental toughness isn't just a weapon, it's your edge. Weak minds crack under pressure. Strong minds bend and rise. Pressure reveals more than it creates. A weak mind under pressure shatters. It can't carry the weight, so it breaks. But a strong mind, it bends, it adjusts, and it comes back stronger. Think about a tree in the wind. A dead branch snaps, but a living branch bends and survives the storm. The difference isn't in the storm, it's in the strength of what's facing it. When challenges hit, you can be brittle or you can be flexible. One choice leaves you broken, the other makes you unbreakable. And that's not something you're born with, it's something you build. Your mind is your battlefield. Command it or be commanded. Your thoughts are the front line. If you don't take charge of them, they'll take charge of you. Doubt, fear, and negativity are like enemy soldiers. They will occupy your mind if you let them. Command your mind like a general commands an army. Decide what thoughts are allowed in and which ones get thrown out. Guard your focus. Direct your energy. Don't let every passing feeling dictate your moves. Because if you don't lead your own mind, someone else will. And they won't lead it in your favor. Build a fortress in your mind. No invader can breach it. Picture your mind as a fortress. The walls are built from discipline, the gates guarded by focus, and the towers manned by self-belief. No one walks in unless you open the gate. That means their insults can't break you, their doubts can't reach you, and their opinions can't touch you. A strong fortress isn't built overnight. It's built brick by brick, decision by decision. Every time you say no to negativity, every time you protect your focus, you're adding another stone. And when the day comes that someone tries to invade, they'll find themselves outside, powerless, staring up at walls they can't climb. Daily practices that harden your mind, meditation, visualization, and gratitude. Mental toughness isn't magic, it's maintenance. And that means practicing the habits that keep your mind clear and strong. Meditation teaches you to quiet the noise and stay grounded in chaos. Even 5 minutes a day can reset your mind. Visualization is the rehearsal before the performance. See yourself winning, see yourself overcoming, and your brain starts to believe it's possible. Gratitude might seem soft, but it's steel in disguise. When you train yourself to focus on what you have instead of what you lack, you build a foundation that can't be shaken by temporary setbacks. These aren't just practices, they're weapons, and the more you use them, the sharper they become. What are you feeding your mind every day? If your mind is your greatest weapon, then what you feed it determines how sharp it stays. Are you filling it with negativity, gossip, and noise, or with ideas, knowledge, and strength? Are you spending hours listening to people who drain you, or minutes learning from people who build you? Are you feeding it fear, or feeding it courage? The answer to those questions will tell you exactly why your mind feels either strong or weak right now. Strength is born in struggle, a story of resilience. There was a boxer who in his early career lost fight after fight. Everyone told him to quit. The beatings were too much, the losses too frequent, but he didn't stop. He trained harder, studied longer, and learned from every blow. Years later, when he finally became champion, he said something unforgettable. The punches didn't break me, they built me. That's what mental toughness looks like. Struggle isn't the enemy, it's the training ground. Every time life hits you and you keep standing, you're not just surviving, you're forging a mind that nothing and no one can break. You're done being their target. There comes a point where you decide, enough. You're done being their target. You're done playing the part they've written for you. You're not here to carry the weight of their insecurities or to be the outlet for their frustrations. You're not here to entertain their games or to dance to their tune. This is the line in the sand. From here on, you take control of your story. You move differently. You think differently. And they will see it, not because you told them, but because your actions will leave no doubt that you're no longer the prey. The silent strike, winning without a fight. The most powerful victories are often invisible. When you choose your moves carefully, you can dismantle someone's influence over you, without them ever realizing it until it's too late. You take away their favorite weapons, your reactions, your time, your focus. You let their words fall into silence. You let their schemes lose their grip,
because you've removed yourself from the places they can reach you. This isn't about hiding. It's about striking in ways they can't predict. Every silent move is a step toward winning the war without wasting your breath on a single battle. No anger, only outcomes. Anger feels like action, but it's just noise if it doesn't change the situation. The real strength is in keeping your eye on the results you want, not the feelings you have in the moment. No yelling, no proving, no trying to make them understand. You move toward the outcome, always. If that means cutting ties, you do it. If it means quietly replacing their influence with better voices in your life, you do it. When they try to drag you into a fight, remember this: you're not here for the drama, you're here for the win. Guard your energy like it's gold. Every day you have a limited supply of focus, patience, and drive. Once it's spent, it's gone. Guard it like you would guard the last gold in the vault. Don't waste it on arguments that won't matter tomorrow. Don't spend it trying to change people who don't want to change. Don't give it away to those who drain it without giving anything back. Every time you choose where your energy goes, you choose the life you're building. And the stronger your guard, the less access they have to what fuels you. The power of strategic disengagement. Not every battle deserves a warrior. Some are better left unfought. Not because you're weak, but because you're wise enough to see they're not worth the effort. Strategic disengagement is walking away without the need to explain, argue, or justify. It's knowing you could win the fight, but choosing not to waste the ammunition. It's using your silence as a weapon, and your absence as a shield. When you disengage from the wrong fights, you free yourself to fully engage in the ones that actually matter. Rooted like the oak, untouched by the storm. Picture the oak tree in a storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes, and the ground shakes. But the oak stands rooted, unmoved. That's who you must become. Strong enough to bend when needed, but too deep in the ground to be ripped out. People can try to shake you, distract you, or sway you. But when your roots are deep in self-respect, in purpose, in clarity, they can't take you down. Storms pass, winds fade, and when they do, you're still standing exactly where you chose to plant yourself. Untouchable, unshaken, unstoppable. Say it until it's the truth in your bones. Untouchable, unshaken, unstoppable. This isn't just a mindset, it's a way of moving through the world. It's knowing you can't control every event, but you can control every choice you make in response. It's walking into any room knowing nothing in there can break what you've built inside yourself. You've taken back your power, guarded your peace, and mastered your silence. Now you don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to fight to win. You've become what they can't touch, and that's the kind of victory that lasts forever. Everything we've covered, burned into memory. You've learned why they target you. You've seen the faces, jealous rivals, manipulators, silent haters. You've learned the dangers of open fights and the power of silent moves. You've mastered strategies to guard your mind, your energy, and your space. You've built the image of yourself as the oak, rooted and unshaken. These aren't just ideas, they're weapons, and if you carry them forward, they will serve you for life. This isn't theory, this is a toolkit, and now you know exactly how to use it. Why they target you, how you outsmart them. Silently, they target you because you carry something they don't. Something they can't take unless you hand it over. Your focus, your confidence, your peace. That's the truth they'll never admit, but you now understand. You outsmart them not with noise, but with control. Not with drama, but with distance. Not with rage, but with results. You move like water, adapt like shadow, and let your victory speak without a word. Say it with me. Why they target you, how you outsmart them, silently. That's your edge, that's your power. This is your turning point. From this moment on, you are no longer playing defense. You are no longer reacting to every move they make. You decide what gets your attention. You decide who gets your time, and you decide what you build. This is the line between who you've been and who you choose to be from here on out. Turning points aren't marked on calendars. They're marked in decisions, and this is one of them. The next time someone tries to pull you into their chaos, you'll remember this moment, and you'll move differently. Will you stay the target, or become the fear? This is the question you have to answer. Will you keep letting them decide how you feel, how you move, and what you believe about yourself? Or will you become the person they can't predict, can't control,
and can't shake. When you master your silence, your boundaries, your focus, you become the storm they're afraid to face. You turn from prey into predator, from target into force. One choice keeps you in the same place. The other changes everything. Which one will you live with? Be silent, be strong, be legendary. Silence isn't weakness, it's control. Strength isn't loud, it's steady. And legendary isn't about fame, it's about leaving a mark they can't erase. Every move you make from here is either feeding their control or building your own. Choose the moves that build you. Choose the actions that speak louder than words. When they come for you, they'll find nothing they can hold on to. And when they see you win without a single word, they'll know they lost long before they even started. Roots deep, storm-proof. When the storm comes, most things get tossed around, torn apart, or washed away. But not you, not anymore. You've built your roots deep in discipline, in focus, in self-respect. No matter how loud the wind or heavy the rain, you stay planted. You bend when needed, but you never break. And when the sky's clear, you're still there. Stronger, taller, and untouchable. Storms will always come, but now you don't fear them. You've become the thing that weathers them with ease. Walk away knowing you've already started. You may not see it yet, but the shift has already happened. Every decision you make from here will be different because you've seen the truth. You're not their target. You're your own force. And that force just woke up. Walk away knowing the change has already begun, because it has.